Yo. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? What y'all like? What y'all like? What y'all see? What y'all see? Let some of y'all get up in here. Let's get y'all up in here. Make sure you hit that like button when you come through. Yeah. 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 Make sure you hit that like button when y'all come through. What's good? So tell me what y'all think. What y'all see? What y'all see? What y'all see out there tonight? Y'all like what we seen? Love Tank did already. Already. I see y'all coming quick, kind of quick up at this thing here. Man, make sure you hit that like button when y'all come through here. Make sure you hit that like button when y'all come through here. What's good? What's good? I know y'all been missing. I know y'all been missing. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all been. I had to deal with some. Let me say some lack thereof content for the past couple months. You know, me and my boys, we've been doing some things. Don't worry, we got some stuff coming. You know, Soft Sports, we definitely got some stuff coming. You know, so I know my boy Wink out here been doing a couple of live streams for the past couple of days and stuff like that. I've been dropping videos. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, the season's back. The sauce is back. Don't worry, we coming. You gonna get the full round table pretty soon. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I think a little tilted a little bit though. But yeah, all out the range and stuff. But yeah, man, what y'all seen after the day though? What y'all see after the day? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, hey, it was the first preseason game. I'm not too concerned about what I seen from the offense. Kind of a little bit vanilla, but you know it's to be expected. They don't want to give out the full game plan, things like that. Um, I do wish that CJ played more than 2 series. I mean, I guess it's a good sign because it shows that, I mean, which we already know that CJ is going to be the guy. You know, you don't want to put him out there on harm's way because, I mean, you want to cut off your nose despite the fact, you know, we got a full season ahead and you want him fully healthy for the full season, so you want to put him out there for too long, but you do want him to go out there and get a couple of reps. I wanted to see some more. I do think that 2 series wasn't enough, especially the 2 series really wasn't enough, you know, because you wasn't going to get that much out of Davis Mills, and obviously you wasn't going to get that much out of Case Keenum either. So I would rather see more of CJ. Now that's also me being selfish. I want to see a little bit more CJ, and also I want to see him work through his mistakes because you know that pick was a mistake of his. You know him staring down Tank, staring down the receiver. I know it's a little bit wet out there because that one play where he kind of slipped and he did the ball off to, I think it was it Sims? I think it was Sims. He had a match it up. And I think if he was able to stand upright, he would be able to see him. But you know, he lost his footing, and the defender was coming off the edge, so he tried to get rid of the ball so it wouldn't be another sack situation. You see him use his legs a little bit when he that last play when he ran in had the 2 yard scramble. You wish he would have could trust his offense and trust his blocking a little bit and cut more to the right side because he cut it inside. And that when he cut inside, the linebacker came in from the other side, was able to tackle him, and he was only able to get a 2 yard gain. Because he had an offensive lineman or a blocker at the very least right there on his right side. So if he would have cut it a little bit more out on the right side, he probably would have gained that first down. I think he need CJ. He's obviously he's not Deshaun, he's not Lamar Jackson, he's not Michael Vick. He needs a little bit more time to get those wheels turning. He ain't gonna just come out there and burst and just be running the 4-4 flat. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he started running, he gotta get his wheels up on him a little bit. So he needed a little bit more time to cut on that cut out on the other side to be able to get that first down. So you wish he would have trusted his offensive line or trusted at the very least trusted his blocking a little bit. But the guy was under duress. I mean, he wasn't out there playing with his real offensive line. I mean, so again, first ever NFL game, first ever preseason game. I'm not too worried. But that defense though, that defense came to play the whole entire game. Starters, backups, and backups and backups. Like the defense from Perriman to like my boy Wise said, all those. So, like he was out there playing. You seen Petrie, he looked like he's already ready in regular season form. Stingley and Nelson both having good coverage. Same thing with Desmond King. Like these guys, and again, I understand it's one's Bill O'Brien's offense, two is Zappy, and they're out there probably playing vanilla as well. But the defense did exactly what it had to do. And I see y'all keep putting in the boy name. Yes, Tank Dell is that dude. Tank Dell the dude. I know I did the video a couple weeks or a couple days ago. Last week I dropped a video about CJ and Tank being that 7-1-3 connection. I definitely can't wait to see Tank Dell out there, especially with more CJ, but out there being with the ones. He needs to be out there way more. He don't really need to be out there with the twos. But you see how he's able to mix them boys up. Like I got a video actually coming out talking specifically on Tank, but from what I seen today it was very impressive. I like what I seen out of Hutchinson as well. Like I said, I like what I seen out of the defense mostly. Like the defense was Tank and the defense was the biggest story of this game. And like I said, we want to see a little bit more of the offense again. Understanding it was vanilla. I actually didn't really that play that CJ threw the pick on. I really didn't like that play call. I understand that it's the preseason and you trying to try a little, try a little bit, try some things because I think in the regular season game, I don't even think they're calling that play. I think they're probably doing some type of because that was right after CJ gets sacked. In the second and 25, he has a 4-yard scramble. Now it's third and 21. I think that time you're just trying to gain yards to punt. You're just trying to gain and get some traction so you're able to get a punt. And gain some yardage. So I would have liked them to do like either like a screen or or like a halfback dive or something like that. Trying to go out there and try to push the ball. Again, I understand it's preseason because it don't hurt you. I mean, you can go out there and throw 10 picks. It's not gonna hurt you because it doesn't count in the actual standards. So I understand, but you never want to lose. You never want to have bad plays. But I do think this is good though. I do think this is good. It's a good learning experience because it's something to make CJ watch and break down. Because if you go out there, and, as I said, CJ went out there. It was 10 for 10 for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns or 2 touchdowns in both series. Like I do think like okay, I ain't got nothing to work on. I'm out there beast. I'm out there beast. I ain't got nothing to work on. I'm good. What about y'all? What about you, Miggs? What about you, Kim? I'm good. So it does give him something to work on. It does give him something to break down. And we've seen, especially when he was at Ohio State, that when you have bad plays and bad games, he will come back and bounce back and have a phenomenal game and a phenomenal play right after that. Like if he had bad plays, yeah, he would come back the next play and throw a touchdown. Like he throw a pick in one game and then come back and throw 4 straight touchdowns. That's what he's doing at Ohio State. Or if he had a bad game, he'll follow up by one of his best games, if not the best game of the season, as Georgia. Even though they lost, but he came out there at the ball after. Even though he didn't play bad in the Michigan game, he started off well. The defense kind of fell apart, and then things unraveled, and ended up becoming a bad loss. But then he came out there with all the chips, when everything, all the pressure, all the chips, everything laying on the table, and he came out there and played how he's supposed to play. So I definitely believe that he's going to be able to do that going forward. So I do think this is something to him to watch, something to him advance on, and something to him, something for him to advance on, something to him to get better. Nah, bro. Wait. Yeah, I see some people on here already tripping. Yeah, I know. I said that initially that CJ stared that CJ stared down the receiver. I still don't like. I still would have preferred a different play call. In real situations, you really don't. Normally offenses normally it's third and 21. You normally just try to gain the yards back to punt. Then especially you on your own side, so you normally trying to gain the yards back just to punt and live the fight another day. You don't try to gain 21 yards on one play. Normally, I mean, in certain situations, certain things are a little bit different. I'm not trying to be conservative, but that's normally what you do. And again, it's a preseason game. Hey, you're just trying to make some plays. You're trying to get some film out there. So I get it. I'm not really not tripping on it. But yeah, CJ definitely did stare down. He stared him down. And that's the reason why the people. It was a bad. To me, I think it was a bad play call and a bad play by CJ. Mostly bad play by CJ. I've been talking about that CJ look like a bust. Like, bro, it's just a game, bro. It's just a game. And then he only played 2 series. He wasn't really even given the opportunity to work through, his kinks. Like I believe he would have played the rest of that game. Like say for instance, it was a regular season game. I think if you would have played the full 4 quarters, like I said, the regular season game, he would have worked through those kinks and he would have had a better outcome of that game. Especially the way the defense was playing. Like that defense looked phenomenal out there. And I don't want to be overhyped about preseason game, but the defense out there looked phenomenal. I like the way everybody was flying around. Like everybody was flying around. Everybody was engaged in the defense. Everybody was communicating and things like that. I like the way the defense was playing. I like the intensity, and that's something that I expect from a D'Amico Ryans defense. Watching with the 49ers there, I know the 49ers had a lot of talent, had a lot of players, and you definitely expect that, like the way they played. But the way they played, you expect him to bring that same type of intensity to the Houston Texans, and it looks like he's brought that so far. Like again, only one preseason game. Gotta continue to say it's only one preseason game, but it definitely looks like he's brought that going forward. He's brought that to the table because that's what these guys look like. They look like they're ready to play. These guys look like they're ready to play. They came to play. They're willing to play, and that's how it look. But I see more people in here. But y'all ain't hitting that like button. Make sure you hit the like button when y'all come through here, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I want to see a little bit more Mitchie too. I definitely want to see some more Mitchie. I actually think he should have got. I think he should have got a full quarter because I believe he should have got a full quarter. Even after the 2 drives, there was only like 4 or 5 minutes left in the quarter anyway. So another drive or 2 would have taken out the full quarter. And hey, man, hey, shout out that boy Chris, man, with Super Chat love. Appreciate that, bro. Welcome back, Spitz, and welcome back, Texas fans. I ain't gonna say the last part, but appreciate the super chat, bro. I definitely appreciate the super chat love. And hey, I'm gonna be at the Colts game, not the one in Indy, the one in Houston, but I will be able to see your Indianapolis Colts in full effect. Our AR-15, all that. Tank Dell is the biggest big. This is a assistant coach that looks like me and Matt. Hey man, hey EA, if you watching, hey man, you got my likeness. If that's the case, hey, y'all gotta break bread. Y'all pick up my likeness now. That's part of it too. Him not playing with real offensive lines, part of the reason why you don't. And like I said, that's why I said in I don't want to say in hindsight. Overall, it's a good look that he only played 2 series because of it. Right now shows you that he's going to be the guy, and you want to put him out of risk because you have a full 17 game season. That's way more important than a series or somebody like me trying to watch more CJ Stroud more and evaluate CJ Stroud more and just want to watch some more CJ Stroud, and us as fans want to watch CJ Stroud more and we want to watch Davis Mills because we've seen Davis Mills for the last 2 years. There's a bigger season ahead and you don't want to risk him getting hurt, especially him not being out there with his true offensive line. So I understand all of it, and really to be honest, I agree. I would want to see more. That's me being selfish. I admitted that. That's me personally being selfish. I wanted to see more CJ Stroud, but I understand. That's why I wasn't complaining. I wasn't mad at you. Oh man, like when it was when they threw in David Miller, like oh damn, his night's over with. Oh well, cool. Like I understand it. And again, him trying to work out his kinks in this game versus a full 17 game season, him playing the full 17 game season healthy is way more important than him trying to work out these kinks right here. He can work out these kinks during film. He can work out those kinks at practice. He's gonna have a whole another preseason game next week. He probably play a little bit more in that game. He'll probably play like 4 series, 3 or 4 series, and probably play a quarter. And probably in the third preseason game, that third preseason game probably won't play at all, honestly. If he does play, it'll probably be a series in that third preseason game. Because now, back in the day, when it was 4 preseason games, that third preseason game was treated like a regular season game. It was the quote unquote dress rehearsal, but now it's only 3 preseason games. So now it's really that second game that they use. They treat more as a dress rehearsal. Remember that second preseason game was the only game that we seen Damian Pierce. We didn't see Damian Pierce tonight either. And last year we didn't see Damian Pierce in the first preseason game. We didn't see him in the last preseason game. We only seen him for like a couple drives in the second preseason game. We only seen them for like 3 drives. I think we might only see him. And then again, that's a whole different organization. I'm not different organization, whole different regime. But only seen him for 1 drive in that game. We only seen him for 1 drive. Well, not 1 drive. We seen him on 1 drive, but seen him for a couple of drives in that one game because we knew who he was. We knew he was going to be the starter, even though both Pep and Lovey misused him, and that's a whole conversation for a whole other day. Well, I don't have that word with Slowick and D'Amico misutilizing CJ, but I'm saying is that we're not going to see a lot of CJ. We're not going to see a lot of. I don't think we're going to see a lot of Tank now, honestly. Like I think that we're probably going to see a series or 2 with Tank next week, and then that's it. And we're not going to see Tank in week 3. And we not. I have a feeling that we're not going to see Tank in week 3. We're not going to see CJ in week 3. We're not going to see Stingley, Petrie, Damian Pierce. We're not going to see all the guys who we're going to be counting on. We're not going to see them in next week's preseason game. I mean, not in the third preseason game. We're going to see them next week. Next week you're going to get your good bulk, your good not conjunction, but your good bulk of the offense, of the defense, of the players. Once we get to that third preseason game, those household names. If you go to the Texan stores, if you go to the lids, if you go to like I said, the Texan store, whatever, the jerseys that you see all around, the jerseys they pop up showcasing, you're not going to see those guys on week 3 of the preseason because you're going to preserve them for the regular season. That's what you're going to do. And shout out to that boy Chris once again with some super chat love, man. Appreciate that, bro. Nah, it does make it makes it. Nah, I definitely disagree, but it does make a huge difference. I think was that Mark Sanchez, and he wasn't even the franchise quarterback at the time. He was a starter. Mark Sanchez got hurt and broke his arm in the preseason game, and broke his arm in the meaningless not only did he break his arm in the meaningless preseason game, like Rex Ryan took him out the game, he took his starters out, and then I think he had the lead and the Jets was the lead was they lost the lead or whatever, and they was trying to come back, and he was really, I'm trying to win this game, so he put his starting quarterback out there, and which guy broke his shoulder again. Not a good quarterback, obviously. He wasn't a good franchise quarterback, but still a starter. And you lost your quarterback for the season. Same thing with Michael Vick. When Michael Vick broke his leg for the Falcons, he broke his leg in the preseason game. You don't want your same thing with Trent Green. The year the Rams went to the Super Bowl, now it actually worked out for the Rams because they ended up Kurt Warner ended up being the starter, ended up leading them to the Super Bowl. And he won the MVP and going to the Super Bowl. But if I'm not mistaken, Trent Green got hurt in a preseason game as well, and was hurt gone for the season. So no, you definitely don't want to put your star players, your key players in bad and unnecessary situations. And like I said, you're putting your quarterback. Your quarterback is out there. You definitely need your starting offensive line, or at least the majority of your starting offensive line, because you don't want to put your starting quarterback out there with backup offensive linemen playing up against starting defensive players who all can't touch a quarterback, and now they actually have a chance to actually be able to sack a quarterback. They're going out there and they're looking for blood. They really are. They're going out there. They're looking for straight blood, and they're looking to sack the quarterback. They're looking to lay hands on the quarterback and play hands on the quarterback. They're trying to make a name for themselves. Especially the ones who are trying to make a name for themselves, let alone the guys who are actually veterans and just want to make some splashes, possibly trying to get paid or whatever the case may be. So you don't want to put your quarterback in that type of situation. So I do agree with him. I do agree with him taking him out. I would prefer him to stay. I would prefer him to get a couple more drives in, but I definitely think that him pulling him was actually the right decision in hindsight. I don't even want to say hindsight, just in good managing the system. Because again, you recognize he's your franchise quarterback. And I'm not even talking about for years to come. I'm talking about for this season because really you don't care about what you're doing for the next 5 to 6, 7, 8 years because him getting hurt in preseason more likely won't hurt that. Yeah, it will affect this coming up season, and because you affect this coming up season, you have more valuable in him and more value in him for this coming up season, and what you need him to do for this coming up season. You won't put him in harm's way unnecessarily for a preseason game. So nah, literally 4 passes, CJ. Yeah, I definitely think that CJ will have a better week next week. I definitely think that people are being too harsh on CJ. This is the first preseason game he already had. I don't even think it was rookie jitters. Honestly, I don't think it was rookie jitters. I just think he's just not behind his natural offensive line. It was a little bit of vanilla defense. Because like the first play when he threw to Nico, that was a good play. I think him staring down the receiver was just him making a player mistake. Him staring down his receiver. And I think part of the reason why he was staring down the receiver, honestly, I do think it's because of the situation. That kind of goes back to what I was saying about you're not trying to get 21 yards on one play. I think he was staring down because he's staring down Tank because obviously when we seen Tank do the rest of the game, he knew that Tank was the guy to put the ball in his hands. You're trying to gain 21 yards and play. You probably feel a little bit guilty because you ate a sack 2 plays prior and you wasn't only able to get 4 yards back on the scramble, so you kind of felt a little bit guilty. So now what you're trying to do is you're trying to gain 21 yards quickly. You trying to be hero, trying to play hero ball. So like I said, that's why again I think in a real game situation they don't call that play. I think it's a preseason game, no harm, no foul. No matter how many picks you throw, it don't really matter because it's a preseason game. Yeah, it don't look good, but it don't hurt you statistically wise. It don't hurt you for your season, like as far as like record wise. None of those things hurt you because it's a preseason game. It's a game that, and in all counts, doesn't count. So you could try different things in said preseason game. So I think they were just trying to work some things out, and I think that CJ just trying to make a play, trying to play hero ball, made a mistake by watching and staring down the receiver and threw a bad pass, threw a mistake, threw a pick. It's actually going to be good for him because when he watched the film, I know not to do that. I know I can't be pressing like that. I gotta just play my game. Sit back, be comfortable, and play my game. And also, again, not having the protection ahead. Even on the last play when he scrambled and got 2 yards, the initial protection was good. And when he stepped to the pocket and decided to run, he just chose the wrong side of the run. So I just think these are things he'll be able to watch during film and be able to break down and be able to fix. I definitely think he'll be able to fix. I think all these things that we've seen were fixable things. Everything that we've seen, all the mistakes that we've seen from him today were fixable. They become completely fixable, and they're completely understandable for a young quarterback. For a young quarterback playing this very first preseason game, it's very, very. So if people want to sit there and jump the gun, say he's a bust, say he didn't look good, he's trash, we might make the wrong mistake. Y'all can keep saying that because I remember the preseason game 5-6 years ago, 2017. Like Deshaun didn't really look all that good during the preseason. I mean, he had the scramble touchdown. I think not busted coverage, but something happened defensively on that play. Something happened defensively on that play that really was able for Deshaun able to walk into the end zone. Now Deshaun did have a couple of splash plays, and then also Deshaun was playing against backup. Deshaun didn't go out there against the starters because Tom Savage started every preseason game, even I think the fourth one. I think even he started that fourth one. And then they had one preseason game he had in New Orleans. I think it was the same time that the Hurricane Harvey hit. It was around the time Harvey hit. Deshaun played horribly bad. He played horrible in that game. So it's a preseason game. I'm not tripping because we seen guys go out there and look like ballers in the preseason, can't do nothing in the NFL. And we seen just 2 years ago Jamar Chase was dropping almost everything that was thrown to him in the preseason. And then we see him win Rookie of the Year. So it is what it is. We all know what Jamar can do. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I just think that it's kinks to work out. Nothing, in my personal opinion, to be too concerned about. I definitely think he'll be able to work through it. And it's definitely something that you can watch. I definitely think it's film to watch, it's stuff film to break down. And I definitely think that it'd be just fine. It'd definitely be just fine. No, I actually didn't see that, and I'm glad that Mitch was out there. I think they would catch his first pass, like I said, him catching his first catch in almost 2 years. You know, last time he played was with the SEC championship game. Was it the SEC championship game with them? I think that was the last time he played. Last time he was able to play actual game. That was the last time he was actually able to play. So I'm definitely glad that he was able out there and catch a pass. I'm definitely glad he was able to catch a pass. I definitely got it. And man, shout out to that boy Chris once again with the super chat. Love, appreciate that. What you mean about the Texans? What you mean about the Texans using their starters? I mean, I know the Texans use their starters. I didn't say anything about the Texans not using their starters. I don't get what you're saying. I don't get. Appreciate you with the super chat, love. But what you like? I don't like what you talking about the Texans using their starters. Like, are you talking about from the Deshaun Watson situation when Deshaun Watson was out there? Deshaun Watson didn't play against starters. If that's what you're talking about. If that's what you're talking about, because Deshaun Watson didn't play against the starters. Deshaun Watson didn't play against the starters. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not. I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not. So, yeah, I mean he did. He did. I'm talking about the whole offensive line as a. I'm talking about the whole offensive line as a unit. It's not his normal offensive line. And then I forgot that one guy who kept on. I mean, obviously King Green was out there too, if I'm not mistaken. But you didn't have your tackles out there, and you didn't have. I don't think was Shaq Mason out there. I don't think Shaq Mason was out there. I don't believe he was. So like I said, not having his full offensive line, like only having two of your offensive linemen is not. It's not good, especially when you have one's a rookie and one's a second year player who struggled a little bit in his rookie year, or a lot of it in his rookie year, however you want to say it. Struggling in his rookie year. And again, and also these guys are going through new offensive plans. So I mean, hey, again, I'm not trying to sit here and make a whole bunch of excuses because again, CJ did not look the best. I'm not gonna say, oh man, because CJ did make mistakes. Him staring down the receiver is one of them. Like him, like I say, not trusting to follow and guide his blocking when he had the opportunity was another one. He did make some mistakes, but it's understandable. I expect that coming from a young guy playing his very first preseason game. It's nothing to be concerned about. Now, again, if these mistakes continue, then you have a problem. But everything he did is fixable. I think everything that we've seen from him is fixable. I know a lot of people, Arkansas, I know because we up here, we hype. We got the number 2 pick in the draft. We drafted the quarterback. We ready to get rid of this whole Deshaun Watson situation, Jack Easterby and Bill O'Brien situation, Hopkins and Wolf. We ready to get all the old regard out the way and go into this new regime in Houston, Texas. We got the Miko Ryans here. We got all these type of things, and you're ready to go ahead and start with the new phase and new era of Texas football. And you probably want to go out there, like I said, in 2 drives, go 10 for 10 for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I would love to see that. That would have been perfect. That would have happened. But that's not what happened. And I have no problem with that because everything that we seen was fixed. But it wasn't like if he was out there like throwing balls in the dirt or overthrowing his receivers or just having bad mechanics and not having bad mechanics and lazy throwing and things like that and just doing erratic things and just looking poorly like he doesn't know how to play football, that would have been a problem. If what we see tonight continues and he doesn't fix it, that will be a problem. But what we've seen is things are easily fixable. There are things that are easily fixable, and I don't think that there will be problems going forward. Anybody puts up with man, Bill O'Brien don't bother me at all, bro. He don't. He really don't, bro. Like I can care less if Bill O'Brien's on the screen or not. Like, I really can care less. Be fine. Yeah, we'll definitely be fun when the offensive line comes back out there, and then also Damian Pierce. 'Cause that's another thing. That's going to help his protection. Because remember last year, Davis Mills was protected pretty well last year. Davis Mills, I think, had like top 15. He was top 15 in the league with time to throw. Like he was top of the league with time to throw. Like Davis Mills had plenty enough time to throw the football last year. Davis Mills wasn't under pressure the way he was the previous year in 2021, or some of the times during Deshaun Watson's tenure, or things like that. Like he had time to throw the football last year. He had a very good, decent amount of time to throw football. I said time might have been top 10, might have been like 10 in actual time to throw. And 10 in actually time to throw in the pocket, if I'm not mistaken. Like I said, I think it was the very least top 15, might have been top 10. So I definitely think that, and also part of it is that you having a running back in Damian Pierce that was able to rush for 900 yards in like 11, 12 games, and also being misused incorrectly, not be able to be used correctly. He had enough time. He had enough time to play football. So he had enough time to be able to sit back and draw back and throw football, because he had the running game to take off some of that pressure, and also Larry Tunsil had one of his best years, if not his best year. If not in his best year, like he had his best year. So there's enough time. And I definitely think that when you add in somebody like Damian Pierce in the backfield, that what you will be able to see is him having more time, him being a little bit more comfortable, be able to play call, do some things like that, do some more play action passing, things like that. Even though his one play action pass that he did, what was it, play action? It wasn't really play action. I think it was a handoff. I didn't like the way he handed the football off. I think he extended that a little bit too much. He extended his arm a little bit too much. But again, those are little small nuanced things that I pick up that everybody was doing. It's a little small. I'm so used of when it comes to the play fake, how Matt Stroud was able to like Matt Stroud, you didn't know what was going on. And from what I heard during practice, he had some plays where he was able to fool everybody. So I need him to do that a little bit more. So I need him to work on his handoff a little bit, his handoff skills a little bit more. Because the one I seen today could have used some work. But again, it's probably the situation. Again, I'm not really, the offensive line. They wasn't his real offensive line. All those things possibly could be and probably are factors. So we definitely want to see exactly going forward what he can do. But like I said, in all, I'm not too concerned on what I've seen. Definitely some things that need to be cleaned up. Definitely some things that need to be improved. Definitely some things that cleaned up. Definitely things that need to be improved. But I definitely don't think it's it's nothing to be too concerned about. I definitely don't think it's things to be too concerned about. I definitely don't think it's things to be too concerned about. I definitely think it's something that we'll be able to see going forward, and something we'll be able to fix. Definitely some things being fixed. Now that defense, on the other hand, that defense played well. That defense played extremely well, like extremely well. Like the defense played extremely well. I love when I see that the defense being very aggressive, being swarming around the football. Like that last touchdown that they got was basically because of it was under 2 minutes in the game, or right at 2 minutes in the game. Like that's the reason why they got that last point. And then also they got that field goal off of CJ's pick, and they still got a touchdown on their drive, able to force them to kick a field goal because you were able to push them back. And then other times where they got close to the end zone, got close to the red zone, you were able to push them back. Like the defense didn't allow any. I think they allowed like 150 yards total for the whole game. Like again, understand it's preseason, and understand you're doing a lot of backups, but just because that, you see a lot of backups sometimes able to get quote unquote garbage time yards, able to get yards at the end of the game and touchdowns, like the last touchdown that you've seen. I think if it was a full-fledged game, the Texans probably beat the Patriots without even getting a touchdown. If the defense was really if the defense was able to play in full capacity, you'd be able to beat them without even giving up a touchdown. Like I think you'd be able to do that without even giving up a touchdown. You'll be able to give up a touchdown. Like you play very well. Like they play extremely well. So like they play extremely well. Very strong, swarming around the ball. Like I said, Tolos was he got that all in the backfield. He was hitting all in the backfield. Perriman was able to read runs and read things very well. You wasn't able to fool him. As Petrie was flying around the football, both Stingley and Nelson and David McKean was able to do very, very tight coverage. It was very, 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 very good football on the defensive side. I can't wait to see what they're going to do when they actually calling real, actual defenses. Because again, preseason, I know it's a lot of vanilla stuff going around here. A lot of vanilla play calls on both offense and the defensive side of the ball. A lot of vanilla on both sides of the ball. So I definitely want to see exactly what they're going to be able to do when they're actually calling actual legitimate offenses and actual legitimate defenses. I think that defense will play very, very, very well. Can't wait to see what they do when they call those type of defenses. And also, biggest takeaway of the whole night was Tank Dell is special. Tank Dell is special, and I think we only seen a snippet part of it because we only playing with Davis Mills, and like I just said, he wasn't utilized with the ones, and also vanilla play calling. I think when they be able to call actual plays, they're gonna do a lot of fun stuff with Tank Dell, a lot of fun stuff. And to be honest, it might be to the point that they might even use him in the punt return. They might not even have to use him in the punt return, bro. What's good, Wayne? What's good, bro? Like they might not even have to use him in the punt return because that's how special he could be offensively. Like he's that special offensively, and he showed that in that small, like in this little small snippet, in the small snippet. Like he showed what he can do in a very, 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 very small snippet, and like because of that, I believe that he's going to be a very, 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 very special player, a very special player, and I can't wait to see more. Like that's like the biggest takeaway of the game. Like I said, the defense playing as well as they played, able to swarm around the ball, to use that word that D'Amico used, to swarm, and then also the way that Tank was able to to mix the DBs up, and we seen that a lot when he was at U of H. Like, I remember watching him when U of H played against Texas Tech, and shout out to my boy Wise. Me and Wise was watching the game. I'm like, bro, who is this dude right here? Who's this little dude over here, man? Like who's his number one? He like, bro, that's Tank Dell, bro. Like that Tank Dell. I'm like, I never knew who he was until Texas Tech played them, and he was mixing up Texas Tech, which is not really hard to do because it's Texas Tech defense. But he was mixing up Texas Tech DBs that whole entire game. We could not stop that dude. And I'm like, bro, and ever since then, I was watching. He was always on my radar, hoping the Texans would get him. I know y'all seen my my live reaction when we drafted Tank. Like I was super hyped when we drafted CJ, but I knew we were going to get a quarterback. Like I knew we was going to get either CJ or Bryce, whoever was left on the board, we was going to get. So I wasn't tripping. So I kind of already knew we was going to get one of those guys. Tank Dell came out of the blue. Tank Dell came out of the absolute blue. I was hoping that we would get him. And then the kid who announced him kind of scared me a little bit because he said his actual name. He said Nathaniel Dell instead of saying Tank Dell, and it took my brain a little bit to register. Like, oh snap, he talking about Tank Dell from U of H. That's what we talking about. It took me like that's what like so. I was extremely happy that that's who we were able to draft, and I'm glad that we moved up to get him. And I think he's going to be able to. It's going to pay off in huge dividends. It's going to prove why he should win. He really should win higher. If he was bigger and taller and had a better forward time, he probably would win higher. But it don't even matter because it's good. He's going to be a Houston Texan. He is a Houston Texan, and he wanted to be a Houston Texan. He said he wanted to stay home, and he actually going to stay home. But he is at home, and he's an absolute baller, And what we just seen was a little snippet. Defense is going to. Yeah, you're right about that. It is gonna be some cut. It's gonna be some tough cuts on that defense, man. there's definitely gonna be some. It's definitely gonna be some cuts in their deep on some tough cuts in their defense. It definitely is, bro. It definitely is, man. I see some more of y'all hopped up in here, man. Make sure that light bulb when y'all come through here. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I know. Yeah, bro. I know. Tank was you was talking about Tank. Once you seen Tank's tape, shout out to my boy Wayne, man. So as soon as you seen Tank's tape, bro, yeah, I know. We was talking about it in the Discord all the time, like especially when what was it the Senior Bowl? You putting his Senior Bowl highlights up in there. And, like it was must see TV. Tank Dell was much see TV when you see him play. When you watched him practice, he was much see TV, bro. Like much see TV. And I'm glad he's gonna be a Houston Texan. And I can't wait to see what he's gonna do. Like I said, when we actually use him and use him, and I think it's gonna be a lot of different ways they're gonna be able to use him. Just a lot of different ways, and he's gonna be a very very special player. But like I said, I like the way that Perriman played. That Perriman was a very key pickup. I like the way that Perriman was playing. He was very involved. Like I said, Toto was all in the backfield. He was all in the backfield, and it's the reason why anytime Nick Casario was interviewed, he always brought up Toros like unprompted. Like he just always just pop up and just say something about Toros. He's always saying something about, hey, but this kid, Henry Toros, and the linebacker, like, he was always bringing him up, and the reason why, and you've seen it now. You definitely seen it now. You definitely see it now, bringing him up to how he is. Yeah, you definitely see it now, like what type of player he is and what he can do, and like how he was just involved in the backfield and very involved in the backfield. And it's amazing to me that how come the guys that we've drafted the last 2 years. Again, I know you might say just a one season or just a preseason game. The guys that we've drafted, especially in the late rounds, under Nick Casario, are very very involved. Unlike guys that we drafted, with Bill O'Brien. Again, now Jonathan Gannard, I like Jonathan Gannard a lot too, and I think that he's gonna have a big season. I think Jonathan Gannard's gonna have a big season, especially with Willie Anderson on the other side. Y'all realize that Willie Anderson, in the very first preseason game, very first NFL action, was double teamed. He was double teamed like damn the whole game, the whole time he was out there. Double team, like I said, pretty much the whole game. So, if he was double teamed pretty much the whole game, does that mean that Jonathan Gannard on the opposite side, more than likely, is going to be able to run free a lot of time? Yep. I think Jonathan Gannard is going to have a very good season. It's going to be, if I'm not, it's his contract year, because he's a fourth round pick. Their fourth round pick in the 2020 draft. So, yeah, only got a 4-year season. So 2020, 2021, 2022. Yeah, this is his fourth season, his last year of the contract. So it's a contract year. He's just searching for a payday. And his biggest thing is he ain't that healthy. Because when he's healthy, he actually produces and plays and produces pretty well. I definitely think that him being out this on the opposite side of Willie Anderson getting, if Willie Anderson in a preseason game against Bill Belichick already commanding that much attention and respect, it's imagine what's going to be said and what's going to be done in a regular season by other guys. He's going to command that same type of attention and respect, I think, for a lot of the season. And because of that, you're going to see a lot of Jonathan Gannard coming on the opposite side, and a lot of Jonathan Gannard coming on free, and a lot of Jonathan Gannard making plays, as long as he's staying healthy, because that's his biggest thing. Him and Nico, both, their biggest thing is health, them staying healthy, them playing and producing. But the difference between him and Nico is even when Jonathan Gannard is healthy, Jonathan Gannard is healthy, he actually does produce. with Nico leaves a lot to let be desired, and I understand he's playing with Pep and Tim. He's playing an offense with Pep and Tim Kelly, and also playing with Davis Mills as quarterback. So we want to see exactly what he would do when he has Bobby Slowick and C.J. Stroud instead of, like I say, Pep and Davis Mills, or Tim Kelly and Davis Mills. But again, it's not. I'm trying to bash Nico. Just about to just say about what we can see out of Jonathan Gennard, and I like what I seen out of Jonathan Gennard tonight as well. Able to let loose and able to get to the game, to get in the backfield. Like I said, the defense was just so aggressive tonight. Like again, understand the preseason game, but the defense was extremely aggressive. Like extremely aggressive tonight. I'm glad to see it. I'd love to see it. I'm glad I seen it. I mean, like I said, outside of the tank, that's the other biggest takeaway was the way the defense played and the intensity. Again, in a very, I'm pretty sure for every vanilla-based defense, I'm pretty sure that D'Amico was out there calling no nothing exotic. He wasn't out there. He wasn't out there trying to mix things up. It's a preseason game. Very, we gonna play our style of football, but they were relentless. They swarmed to the football, no pun intended, and they made plays. They made plays. They made plays. Now you want to see the splash plays. You want to see the picks and the fumbles and things like that. You want to see all the good splashy plays and stuff like that. And again, I think those things are coming. But if you could be a suffocating defense where you just basically bend your wheel on the opposing offense and they don't get no yards and they don't get no touchdowns, they don't get no points. You just constantly force them 3 and out, 3 and out. 5 and I don't want to say 5 and out, whatever. 5 and out, like whatever. Like you constantly make them punt the football, and they don't gain no yards. It's a beautiful defense. I love that. I love watching that. I love watching that. And on the opposite side, you got the scoring points. You moving the ball up and down the field. You putting up points. It's a beautiful thing. I can't wait to see that with Texas football. And like I said, the way the 49ers defense was for the past couple of years under D'Amico Ryans, that's the type of defense they was. The 49ers were the only team, I think, in NFL history that every team that they played, their opponent the following week lost. No matter if they beat the 49ers or not. Every team that the 49ers played, the following week they lost. First team in NFL history. I know it's a weird stat. It's a stat that people probably like, what does that even mean? Which means, to me, what that tells me is that they're very physical. And they were able to, always leave their mark on the opposing team that they're playing against. And always able to beat up on the team. Beat up on the team. You heard that take a chunk out of them, like beat up on the team. And that when they're able to play the next game, they're not at 100% because they just got through going through their gauntlet the week before against the 49ers. Even held true in the NFC Championship game because even though they lost to the Eagles turn around and lose to the Chiefs. Now again, the Chiefs, they put like a lot of points in the Chiefs. They would put points on the Chiefs and they could have won the game against the Chiefs. But the fact of the matter is they still lost. So they were able to take, like I said, a piece of every team that they played and they would, like I said, always leave their mark on every single team they play. I want that for the Texans. That we constantly beat up on teams. Like let's be the big bully. Let's be the bully on the block for once. You know what I'm saying? Like let's not be the Texans. We the youngest franchise in the NFL. We the expansion team. Like it's been over 20 years. We no longer an expansion team, bro. We just stopped calling ourselves the expansion team. We've been here for over 20-some years, 21 years now. Yeah, and we owe another drink. Texans owe another drink. Owe another drink. We owe another drink now, so we need to stop saying the franchise. We've been through we drafted 3 quarterbacks in the first round by now. We've had so many, 5 head coaches. Wait, Don Capers, Kubiak, Bill O'Brien, Lovey, Cully, and then we on our 6th head coach. We on our Charlie Castry, Rick Smith, Brian Gaines. I guess Bill O'Brien, and now Nick Casario. We're on our 5th general manager, 6th head coach, 5 general managers, 3 franchise quarterbacks. I guess technically a different owner because he passed on to his son. Like we just stop calling ourselves the expansion team. We're no longer an expansion team. We're an NFL franchise and stop making that being that little soft expansion team. And let's be the Houston Texans. Let's be the big bullies on the block. Let's come through and let's, like I said, let's suffocate. And, you know what I'm saying? Let's suffocate the opposing team. Let's beat them up. Let's beat them up. Let's beat them up. They can't get none over here. They can't get none over here. Nah, they don't gain no yards. None. No flies on all that. They don't gain no yards. None of that. Let's be that for once. Let's be the big bullies on the block for once. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's be the big bullies on the block and punish everybody. Cause that's what I seen tonight. Again, I understand. I know it was a preseason game. But what I seen tonight, I seen the start and the makings of that, of being the big bullies on the block. Let's be the big bullies on the block for once. Let's be that. Let's do that for once. Let's stop trying to be, you know what I'm saying, the cute little fan. Let's stop doing it. Let's stop being the little brother. All that bull. Let's stop that. Let's stop that. Let's stop that. Let's be aggressive. Let's be the big bullies. I don't give a damn if anybody like us or not outside of the city. I don't care. I don't care about that. Oh, we not getting no attention. We not getting no love. Man, forget all that. I don't care because their record gonna speak for itself. Let their record speak for itself. Let their record speak for itself. And like I say, let's go through and let's beat them up and let's show them who boss. You know what I'm saying? Let's show them. Let's show them that. Hey, son, we ain't scared of no jackets. Let's show them that. Let's show them we ain't scared of no jackets. You know what I'm saying? Running through the line just like a linebacker. Let's show them that. Like, for real. Let's show them that. And that's what I want to see. Like I said, and we seen the little small snippets again. Understand? It's preseason game. I'm saying that. We seen the small little snippings of that tonight. And we seen that. And more so, I think it's more so of an attitude. That's really what it is. It's more so an attitude than actual play style, because you get that attitude and that mindset, and that's more of really mindset. It's more of a mindset. You get that mindset like that, the plays and everything else start going forward. They really do. Yes, I do. I think that's going to be that's going to be more, to me. I think that's going to be more valuable than the even preseason game. It's going to be a joint practice against the Dolphins. I mean, it's going to be a real test for the secondary. We don't play the Dolphins yet, do we? No, we don't. We don't play the Dolphins yet. And that's outside of the Bengals, who we play in the regular season game, and we don't play the Chiefs, and we don't play the Chargers. We do play the Falcons. The Falcons got some weapons too. Those are the two biggest weapons. The two teams I think with the most explosive weapons that we play, and also the quarterback situation in Joe Burrow. When it comes to Miami, the Jets. You were all right about that. The Jets. Who they got? I know they got Lazar, and they do got Garrett Wilson. They did just draft Garrett Wilson. You right about that. You were right about that. Oh yeah, and the Saints do got Chris Olave, and depending on what happened with Mike Thomas. So it actually is. I take that back. We do actually have some decent type of receiver competition. But when it comes to the speed factor, there's nobody that we play against that has the type of speed that Miami's going to have. When you talk about Waddle on one side and Tyreek Hill on the other side, and that's going to be a definitely challenge for both Darius Stingley and Steven Nelson. It's definitely going to be a huge challenge for both of them. Definitely, it's definitely going to be a huge challenge for both of them. And I think something that they probably, to be honest, something they probably will expect and look forward to. Not expect, but also look forward to it. And also, I think that defense, Miami has a decent defense, and I think there's going to be a good look for both CJ and Mechie and Nico and Tank and things like that. It's definitely going to be it's going to be a good thing. Like I said, the practice, that's going to be more, because the practice is going to be more intensified. And it's going to be more intensified. It's going to be more to prove in that practice than you do in the preseason game. So I definitely think that practice is definitely be live. I should be there. Um, I actually end up getting tickets to that practice. So I should be there. Got to see about my work schedule. My work schedule is a little bit crazy, so we'll see exactly. I'm trying to make sure that I'm there. If I'm not mistaken, I think my boy Wise said he was gonna be there. So man, shout out to Wise. And shout out to everybody that saw sports. Wise, I think Wise said he's gonna. I'm not Dolphins game. Sorry, the Colts game, the season open. I will be at that game. Also be at the Jags game and also the Titans game. I will be at all those home games, at least. Probably might be a little bit more, but for sure the three divisional games. So hey, if you see me there, don't be shy. Say what's up to your boy. You know what I'm saying? But man, let me know what y'all think though. Like what y'all think. Yeah, Ramsey won't be there. I forgot about that. I forgot about the whole Ramsey situation. Forgot about that. Forgot about the Ramsey situation. Forgot about that. But yeah. But like I was saying, though, like man, like I said, all in all, again, you would have wanted it. Let's say, I mean, get the outcome you won. So there's that. I don't know if they still do the promos. They still do well, I know Sonic don't do the slushies no more. I don't know. I think they still do the Papa John pizzas. Sometimes they get half off. If that's if you eat Papa John's or whatever. but I don't know. Before I mean, you happy that we won. I like what I seen out of the defense. Love what I seen out of Tank Dell. Want to see a little bit more out of CJ, but I'm more excited, like I said, more intrigued on seeing what he's going to do with the bounce back. More excited to see exactly how he's going to treat this bounce back, what he would do, and how he would watch the film and able to fix a lot of his mistakes. Like I said, the things that he did wrong and correctly, the mistakes he had were definitely fixable. No problem. I mean, no problem fixing those things. Like I said, you glad that you won. Glad what you seen in the defense. Glad what you seen out of Tank Dell. And just overall, like I said, a good preseason win. Obviously, you got to win. You just want to see improvement. Now we're at the stage that we want to see improvement. No more step backs. We want to see constant improvement. And once that starts to happen or not happen, that's the situation where we'll be okay. We'll either be concerned or we'll realize, okay, good. We're heading in the right direction. We're seeing improvements. We're heading in the right direction. Oh, we're seeing declines. We're heading in the wrong direction. Like, so we'll definitely get to see exactly where we're going at, like I said, going forward. I said, appreciate y'all coming through here. Y'all came through here deep. I ain't expecting that many people come through here. Y'all came here deep. Y'all came in quick and fast, too. Hey, I said, I got 54 people here and 46 likes. Man, come on, get some of these likes out of man. If you ain't like the stream, man, it's like it's free. You ain't gotta be like Chris and shout out to the boy Chris. You ain't gotta be Chris with the super chat. Even though I would definitely appreciate if you want to super chat something, go ahead. I definitely appreciate that. If you want to hit the super chat, go ahead and do that. But if you can't do that, make sure you hit that like button. That like button is free. It don't cost you a damn thing, none whatsoever. What's up, Ken Falk? What's up? What's up? What's up, Ken Falk? What's up, cuz? How you doing, bro? But yeah, man, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you can hit the super chat, make sure you hit the super chat if you possibly can. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But hey, like I said, I appreciate all y'all coming through here. If y'all haven't had a chance, I had just dropped 2 videos. I dropped one doing the season doing my preseason, doing my season reaction or my season prediction. I don't know why I can get the words out. My season prediction of predicting every single game. Also, I did a video talking about the secondary, how I feel about the secondary going forward. You know what I'm saying? Chris needs to sign me. Wow, bro. But no, man, like I said, you think we would draft wide receiver first round next year? Depending on how the season go. As it stands right now, I think that's probably, you know what I'm saying, the more than likely. As it stands right now, that's what I think would happen. I don't know for sure, But as it stands right now, I believe that's probably what they would happen. Because we don't have a real true number one receiver. But who knows? If what we seen today was a little snippet of Tank, and Tank improves and continues to do what he was doing and improves on that, we probably won't have to draft a receiver next year. But again, we put in a situation where we get a Marvin Harrison Jr. or Xavier Howard out of Texas, especially Xavier Howard out of Texas, that dynamic speed on the offense. Because even though Tank is shifted, we don't have a just straight burner like that. And we get somebody like Xavier Howard to be a straight burner like that. Bruh. How that mean go? Bruh. For real though. Appreciate the super chat love, man. Appreciate that, Flame. Appreciate the super chat love. I appreciate that, bruh. Appreciate that. Appreciate the sticker, man. Appreciate the super chat love. But like I said, man, I really appreciate y'all coming through here. Like I said, y'all came through and showed love. This is my first live stream in a while, probably since the draft. Y'all ain't doing since the draft. Don't worry, videos are definitely coming. Definitely streams are definitely coming. Don't worry, I ain't with nowhere. I know y'all been missing the sauce. The sauce is definitely coming back. I know y'all been dealing with a couple of lackluster videos and lackluster YouTube accounts over the past couple of weeks and months and things like that. But it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry. Don't worry. Sauce is back. Spitz is back. Hey, it is what it is. Like, share, subscribe, if you haven't commented below. If you haven't clicked that bell, give me a video. Hey, if you ain't part of the Discord, jump in that Discord. If y'all not already in the Discord, y'all might already be in the Discord. I don't know what y'all doing. If y'all in the Discord, make sure y'all in the Discord. Holla.